So we're lining up for a heat of the Temple, and we've got the crew from Trinity College Dublin versus the crew from University of London B in front of us.
Tell me when you're aligned, I'll keep that.
Trinity Dublin, University of London.
So we've got plenty of crews coming over here from Ireland that we're very excited to see. And we see them just sitting at the back steps there, looking relaxed in the hoops kit on the far side of Trinity College Dublin, up against the purple of the University of London right in front of our picture.
And these are the tense moments. You want to go, and then you don't want to go. You want to be anywhere else but this is the only place you want to be.
You want to hear that word go, so you can actually pour all of that adrenaline, all of that power into the oar handle and getting the boat moving. And we see both crews making a great start there.
Yeah, nice clean start. It's going to be a tough battle over the first few hundred metres of this course. Good, tidy blade work from both crews, and they're off to a good start of what's going to be a great race for both of them.
Yeah, well, it's Trinity College Dublin, who I think might just be easing slightly ahead as they come out of the top of the island. This crew finished 5th in Championship 8 at Marlow Regatta, and as I say, it's part of this strong entry of Irish crews who've come over, and they're looking to just push that lead out on the University of London.
Well, you're absolutely right. That's a very good early lead from the Dublin rowers on the far side. I know they've been training for the last few days at Eton Dorney, getting some good speed work in before they come here to Henley. That's quite a sensible call, because it gives you a chance to be away from the bouncy water and all the other crews, not too distracted. Keep your heads focused on the task ahead of you. They'll be delighted as well. It's a long day waiting for your first race at Henley to be on at this time of the afternoon, but a great start, and they're looking as though they're easing out to a length over University of London's B crew.
Well, we're expecting this Temple Challenge Cup to be a fantastic event. Great entries from both the US, Ireland, UK, so just a really exciting race. And yeah, as you say, racing at 6:40 on the first evening probably wouldn't be a choice. You want to get the race done and you want to get relaxed. And the University, the Trinity College Dublin are looking to move on University of London now, try and get this race done as quickly as they can.
Yeah, looking at the stroke, Callan Pereira of the University of London crew, big strong man, 92 kilos, trying to power through with his crew, but it does look like, unless the Dubliners have done far too much far too early, it does look like the University of London have got their work cut out here.
Well, we can see the crew from Trinity College Dublin are certainly still right on it as they're coming down. They'll be through the barrier now, and they'll get into the slightly quieter phase of the race. But we also know they won their annual boat race against Queen's University Belfast. And I guess experiencing this kind of head-to-head racing means you know what you've got to do. So I'm sure they will have gone out hard early, looked to get in control, and now they'll want University of London almost have a bad time, get their heads to go down a little bit.
Yeah, just watching the Dublin crew in the great striped shirts there, trying to make sure they stay rowing well. I mean, one of the things, having had so many days to think about this, is the energy's all there. It's very easy for them to just let everything come out, and what they want to be able to do is control what they're doing, control the race from sitting ahead, and make sure they're conserving the energy, but also using this to consolidate the way they row together, make sure that oars are moving together, and more importantly, making sure that the crew are sliding towards their feet together so that they don't interrupt the run of the boat. And looking at this shot, it looks like they've got quite a smooth run on the boat. The bows are not bouncing too much in the water, and that's a sign of some efficiency that comes with being ahead and being a bit calmer.
Yeah, they are a bit calm, but the stroke rate's still up. They're still moving through Forley, through halfway. There's just a lovely surge through the middle of the stroke of the Trinity College crew as we look at them on the right, and I think they're just starting to ease their way away from the University of London B crew. We certainly won't think the Trinity College crew here is going to run out of gas. Just looking, Turlo Hughes in the 7th seat is holder of a very interesting Guinness World Record for the most family members to complete the same marathon, which is 30 of his family all completed the marathon, although Turlo suffered a knee injury in the first 5k and he had to walk. but he still completed it.
Well, absolutely nothing wrong with his knees today from the way he's driving that crew through. As you said, Greg, they've got a lovely connection at the front of the stroke when the blade goes in the water, but then a powerful acceleration into the second half, and that's giving them really strong speed, but also an efficiency that partly comes from being ahead, but partly comes from the nice way that they're propelling the boat, loose capture of the water, and you're pushing the boat past a point in the water, and they're making that acceleration look very natural.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just an efficiency and a togetherness as we take a look at the University of London B crew. And the boat just has that little dip down to the bow side. A few times we saw it there as they just come out over the catch. And they'll just make it a little bit uncomfortable, and they're not quite able to apply the force as they want to, and slightly hurt the run of the boat each stroke.
Yeah, just looking there, the big man in the 4 seat of the University of London crew, Chris Hayward at 95 kilos, the biggest guy in the crew. Some real power coming through there. But at the moment, as they start through the march through the enclosures, the power is not looking like it's going to be enough to catch the Dubliners, although it does look like the water's getting a bit bouncy, a bit trickier there. I saw the Dublin crew just rocking to one side. I think they're through a bit of wash. Again, some of the launches going up and down are providing a little bit more of a challenging row for the crews in the middle of the course here as they come alongside the public enclosure in a nice position to command the finish of the race, just consolidating the technique, trusting the process to set themselves up for the next day of rowing. And the University of London crew in purple continue to battle, strong legs, pushing hard, anything they can. You can never know it's over until it's over. Something could happen ahead of them, and it's always worth believing and trusting and pushing every stroke of the way.
When you're in the leading crew like this, like the Trinity College Dublin, absolutely, you're rowing along and you're thinking, why won't they just give up? Don't they know that this race is done? But the crew behind won't give up. They will keep putting pressure on, and that will keep the University College Dublin honest and keep working the whole way down here in front of the enclosures.
Right. And in recent years, we've seen a couple of spectacular moments where in the closing metres of the race, the leading crew has had a mishap, and that's allowed the trailing crew to come through, particularly in the coxless boats where steering is more of a challenge. But we've got near perfect conditions on this first evening of Henley Royal Regatta 2018, and the University College Dublin crew in command really from the start of this race. Good strong row from them.
Well, they look dynamic, they look athletic. I mentioned Danny Pearce earlier in the 6th seat. He looks like an athlete. He's a high jumper, a long jumper, a sprinter, and they're going to need to have the endurance as well as they go through this regatta. But that's a very good win, crossing the line first. Trinity College Dublin from Ireland ahead of the University of London Boat Club B crew as they cross the line, and we see confirmation of that win in the temple for Trinity College Dublin.